Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Ernita Nur Maulidika. You can call me Ernita. Okay, in this video, I will share you about analytical exposition, explanation, and discussion text. Okay, first I will share you about analytical exposition. Analytical exposition is a text that elaborates the writer's idea about the phenomenon surrounding. So its social function is to pursue the reader that ideas is important matter. So and to analyze that the topic or the opinion is correct by developing an argument to support it. Okay, so in analytical exposition, there are generic structure. So the generic structure, there are three. First is thesis. Second is argument, and the third is conclusion. Okay, in the thesis that introducing the topic and indicating the writer's point of view. So in the argument that explaining the argument to support the writer's position. So in the conclusion that restating the writer's point of view. Okay, so there are language feature of analytical exposition. First is using relational process. Second, using internal conjunction. The third is using causal conjunction. Fourth is using simple present tense. Fifth is using compound complex sentence, and the last is use word that link argument, such as firstly, secondly, like that. So and reasoning through causal conjunction, such as in addition, furthermore, however, therefore, and etc. Okay, I think that's about analytical exposition. So we move to explanation text. Okay, so explanation text. What is explanation text? Explanation text is a type of English text that contains how or why something happened. So generally, this type explanation text that describe the process of something happening. The things described in the explanatory text are in the form of natural and social phenomena. Okay. Next is social function. So the social function of explanation text is to explain the process involved in the information, natural or social phenomena. In explanation text, there are so generic structure. First, there are three. First is general statement. Second is sequence explanation, and the last is closing. Okay, first is general statement. So in general statement that specifies what phenomena will be described. Okay, so the second is sequence explanation, right? In this section, describe the process sequence of an event or phenomena. And the last is closing. In the concluding paragraph is present in this part. In this part of explanation text, even though it is not mandatory. Next is language feature of explanation text. Okay, so the language feature of explanation text, there are three. First is using simple present tense, second is using passive voice, and the last is focus on natural and social cultural phenomena. Okay, so now we move to discussion text. So what is discussion text? So discussion text is an article that presents a problematic problem or a problematic that containing elements of pro and contra of this issue will be discussed from two different point of view. So in this case, there are pros and cons. So and namely paper that describe the discourse or debate on an issue that is discussed from different point of view. Okay, so the social function of discussion text is first is to present two point of view about issue or problems, and the second is to present argument from differing point of view about issue or problem. Okay, so in discussion text there are generic structure. First is issue. In this section that stating the issue which is to discuss. So in the issue that stating the issue which is will be discussed. Okay, so second is argument pro or supporting points. In this section that presenting the points the point in supporting the present issue. So the third is argument cons or contrasting point. In this section, presenting other points which disagree to the supporting points. If the second just now is argument pro, that presenting the point in supporting the present issue, but in the third is contrasting point, that presenting other points which disagree to the supporting points. Okay, and the last is conclusion. In the conclusion that stating the writer's recommendation of the discourse. Okay, and the last is language feature of discussion text. In language feature of discussion text, there are introducing category of generic participant. So using thinking verb like feel, hope, believe, like I feel, I hope, or I believe, or etc. So the third is using contrasting conjunction such as however, on the other hand, but, so in the other set, and etc. So the verb is using modalities like must, should, could, might, and etc. And fifth is, and the next is using adverb of manner like deliberately, hopefully, and etc. And the last is using simple present tense. Okay, I think that's all from me. I hope you guys can learn something from this video. And the last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.